Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, December 11th at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 680 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. The moment of truth, the Electoral College prepares to hand Trump the laws he refuses to accept. Australia abandons COVID-19 vaccine due to false HIV positives. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez slams Mitch McConnell for opposing $1,200 stimulus checks in Instagram Live session. California's health order falling on many deaf ears. Rubio, a Biden administration must not repeat Obama's concessions to Cuba's regime opinion. Despite national outcry, Brandon Bernard dies by lethal injection, the 9th federal execution of 2020. Attorney General Bill Barr reportedly knew about the Hunter Biden tax probes for months but kept them under wraps before the election. Hyphenated identity groups, Utah GOP Senator Mike Lee blocks legislation for Latino and women history Smithsonians. Marine Corps amphibious combat vehicle reaches for rate production. A Wisconsin Air National Guard F-16 pilot is dead after a fighter jet crash in Michigan. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Dow Jones futures signal renewed selling, FDA panel backs Pfizer coronavirus vaccine, Disney, Tesla, NIO among key stocks moving, Investors Business Daily. CD Projekt Red stock falls 29% in run-up to Cyberpunk 2077 launch, gamesindustry.biz. Australia scraps COVID-19 vaccine that produced HIV false positives, The New York Times. European stocks and U.S. equity futures fall as investors watch stimulus talks, Brexit and vaccine news, MarketWatch. The U.S. is a step closer to a COVID-19 vaccine authorization, but that's unlikely to impact the dark and deadly days ahead, CNN. Hive updates, FDA panel recommends Pfizer coronavirus vaccine for emergency use, Fox News. Jimmy Kimmel exposes Ted Cruz's embarrassing Trump election defense hypocrisy, The Daily Beast. Jimmy Lai is charged under Hong Kong's national security law, The New York Times. Taylor Swift debuts drops album Evermore, music video for Willow, Fox News. New England Patriots Bill Belichick says Cam Newton will remain starting quarterback, ESPN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. How to convince your parents to go to therapy. Is it safe to give holiday baked goods during the COVID-19 crisis? Disinfection of the Trump White House provides comic fodder for late-night hosts. Jimmy Kimmel torches Ted Cruz with a stunning reminder of his hypocrisy. People predict how Trump will flip over Biden-Harris Time Person of the Year award. Australia abandons local COVID-19 vaccine after false positive HIV results. Donald Trump Jr.'s radical typo has Twitter users in stitches. Friday, The Fifth Element actor Tommy Tiny Lister dies. Kim Kardashian shares some of Brandon Bernard's last words. White House asks staff to transition with professionalism despite Trump's lies. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Off-duty police officer shoots, kills son. Historic well discovered under mysterious sinkhole. High school choir finds a way to be heard. Body of murder victim to be dug up for evidence. 4-year-old boy rescued from well. Pepper spray used to stop inmate attack. DNA leads to arrest in 1999 murder. Officials ask for info on suspicious fires in conservation area. Georgia leaders reject call for special session. Teachers take safety protests to state capitol. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. FDA could issue emergency authorization on Saturday. A guide to Georgia's Senate runoffs. Bonus, Kara Swisher and Ben Smith debrief on Jason Killer. Vote to legalize abortion passes lower house of Argentine Congress. Bats and the coronavirus. A state scientist questioned Florida's virus data, now their home's been raided. What's Fauci reading? We take another look at celebrity bookshelves. Manhattan DA intensifies investigation of Trump. The Trump one farce isn't funny anymore. College sports has reported at least 6,629 virus cases. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Olsen comes up aces and takes one-shot lead in Women's Open. From Cape Cod to Alaska, college leagues IMLB changes. Rep Fleischman's big idea, how the U.S. can stay ahead of China on nuclear energy. Week after kart accident, Kurt toughs it out at U.S. Open. Tim Graham, Hunter Biden scandal spotlights myriad ways media elites shut down journalism they don't like. Missouri, 5 other states asked to join Texas in Supreme Court election fight against swing states. NY Post editorial board, left-wing media ignored Hunter Biden scandal to protect dad joke before election. Playmate of the year 2016 Eugenia Washington says she wanted to show a different side of nudity in photos. Duck Dynasty star Bella Robertson talks engagement, faith has played the biggest role in our relationship. South Carolina prison inmates ordered murders, kidnappings, other crimes by phone, authorities say. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, December 11th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Dr. Orna Guralnik on Showtime's Couples Therapy, the COVID special, we put the intimacy, dignity, struggle of human life on screen. The Okie Dokie Brothers declined Grammy nomination for Best Children's Album due to all-white nominees. Video, Christmas package allegedly swiped off family's porch, by Amazon driver. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Girl, 7, and boy, 3, are killed when fire rips through family's suburban 3-story house. Car plows into pedestrians in Hackney leaving several people with injuries. Joseph McCann and Raynard Zuniga have their minimum jail terms increased. Big Brother is watching you, shopping at Southern Co-op. Former chief who quit amid maternity death scandal walked into role with a consultancy. Self-isolation period to be cut from 2 weeks to 10 days for at-risk contacts. Carry-on legend Dame Barbara Windsor dies aged 83 after long battle with Alzheimer's disease. Maradona's Italian love child says it is her universal right to know if he is her father. Middlesbrough woman in leopard print dressing gown flipped and tried to stab police officer. One night only, the Best of Broadway special shares sneak peek of postponed Princess Diana musical. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Europe rallies amid crises, but its divisions show all the more. Europe seeks to reset relations with the US and turn the page on Trump. The coronavirus is ravaging the world, but life looks almost normal in much of Africa. Businesses plead for Brexit deal as trade talks remain stuck. China detains Bloomberg News staffer in national security investigation. Calls grow for wider lockdown as German virus cases rise. Report, Afghans losing hope for peace process amid violence. Hong Kong media publisher Jimmy Lai is charged under national security law. Russia expected a surge for its Sputnik V vaccine, but many skeptics still stayed away. Aid groups say staffers killed in Ethiopia's Tigray conflict. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. An MLS title is in view for Columbus Crew, a club saved by fan power. Coronavirus live news, Sanofi GSK vaccine suffers setback, Biden advisor warns no Christmas parties. Experience, I was abandoned as a baby. Sarah Fuller, my male college football teammates call me champ. No-deal Brexit is now likeliest, Ursula von der Leyen tells EU leaders. ICC asks for more evidence on Uyghur genocide claims. Cher turns attention to mall gorilla after freeing world's loneliest elephant. Disney announced 10 Star Wars and 10 Marvel series, and new films. The North Carolina Hog Industries answer to pollution, a $500 pipeline project. Barbara Windsor, star of Carry On Films and EastEnders, dies at 83. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. U.S. Navy searching for sailor from USS Theodore Roosevelt who may have gone overboard. Hong Kong rebel media tycoon Jimmy Lai charged under national security law. F-16 pilot who crashed in Michigan pronounced dead. Large Oregon gentrification protest stretches into third day. Tommy Tiny Lister, who played Debo in The Friday, dies. U.S. carries out rare execution during presidential transition. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Climate change, EU leaders set 55% target for CO2 emissions cut. Hezbollah militant Salim Ayash given life sentences for Hariri killing. Hong Kong pro-democracy tycoon Jimmy Lai charged under security law. Harrison Ford returned as Indiana Jones for 5th and final episode. Biden and Harris named Times Person of the Year. COVID, Australian vaccine abandoned over false HIV response. COVID, China asks cabin crew to wear nappies to reduce virus risk. Freed Uyghur family reunited in Australia after 3-year separation. Brandon Bernard, first execution of Trump's final days goes ahead. Iran's supreme leader, who might succeed Ali Khamenei? The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Kevin Bacon hosts charity special with musicians in closed venues. I could have gone home to my family for Thanksgiving, I'm glad I didn't. Coronavirus updates, Pfizer vaccine awaits FDA authorization, Boston conference led to 205-300K global cases, study says, 292K US deaths. Coronavirus updates, U.S. death toll surpasses World War II combat fatalities, Pfizer vaccine clears final review before FDA authorization. Scores of bars, restaurants, permanently closing. Today in history for December 11th. Vendors grow businesses in virtual Indonesia bazaar. Time magazine names President-elect Joe Biden, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris as Person of the Year. Stephen Lang weaves tale of bonding amid Gettysburg horrors. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Earthquake, magnitude 3.4 quake reported near Ukiah, California. A lawsuit alleges unchecked groping and other sex abuse at OC homeless shelters. LA County shatters COVID-19 record with 12,741 new cases in one day. Long Beach tries to strike a balance in fighting COVID-19. LA County suspends some parking fines amid coronavirus spike, stay-at-home order. Southern California is a main driver of state's record COVID-19 deaths, with no signs of a let-up. Column, should California's next U.S. Senator be black or Latino, both if Feinstein quits. Fewer high school graduates enrolled in college this fall amid COVID-19 pandemic, study shows. Here's how California plans to distribute the COVID-19 vaccine in coming weeks. Column, in Becerra as first Latino health secretary, Biden gets a team player who's tough in a fight. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, December 11th, 2020. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Sky News presenter taken off air for 6 months for breaking COVID lockdown rules. Unbearable 60 days will be seen in our lifetime, World Economic Forum warns. Greta Thunberg, we are speeding in the wrong direction on climate crisis. Barcelona's Griezmann says ending Huawei contract over Uyghurs claims. Israel and Morocco agree to normalize relations in latest Trump brokered deal. We need help, says Stockholm healthcare chief as COVID fills intensive care wards. Bhutan parliament decriminalizes homosexuality. A rocket from 1966 has found its way back to Earth's orbit. Thai protesters say royal insult law must go. Decomposing mink in Denmark may have contaminated groundwater. Trump administration helped GOP donors get Syria oil deal. Afghanistan violence, journalist Malala Maywin shot dead along with her driver. Google fined 91M over ad tracking cookies. Lebanon's caretaker prime minister and 3 former ministers were just charged with a negligence over Beirut blast. Labor is glorious, Canadian journalists photograph and investigate massive Chinese labor camp and publish findings. The next headlines are from Forbes. Paul Hogan talks the very excellent Mr. Dundee and trying to retire for 20 years. Boston and Washington are the latest cities to weigh mass transit cuts. Jane Fonda and Marisa Tomei join call for Biden to nominate Rep. Deb Haaland as Interior Secretary. Cacophony of bogus claims, over 25 states and territories slam Texas Supreme Court lawsuit to overturn election. UFC antitrust lawsuit, judge grants class action status in critical win for plaintiffs. Republicans now encouraging Georgia voters to request absentee ballots for Senate runoffs. U.S. households' net worth hits record $123.5 trillion as stocks boom, but debt is also surging. These are the Republicans who have acknowledged Biden's victory. Shoplifting spikes in U.S. amid increasing desperation as pandemic drags on. 106 House Republicans support Trump-backed lawsuit to overturn election. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Author correction, virological assessment of hospitalized patients with COVID 2019. Author correction, enteric neurons increase maternal food intake during reproduction. Publisher correction, subducting carbon. Kindness alone won't improve the research culture. How kids' immune systems can evade COVID. Daily briefing, human-made stuff outweighs our life on Earth. How I started a journal for postdoctoral researchers. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,671,947,765 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Kardashian sets new content pact with Hulu. Lando Calrissian limited series in development at Disney Plus from Justin Simien. CAA president blasts Warner Media streaming plan. You are trying to take advantage of our clients. ESPN snags SEC Sports from CBS with 10-year pact. Star Wars spin-offs on Ahsoka Tano and Rangers of the New Republic coming to Disney Plus. Advisory panel recommends approval of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine in U.S. Alien series from Noah Hawley in the works at FX, Ridley Scott in talks to executive produce. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia renewed through historic season 18 by FX. Handmaid's Tale renewed for season 5 at Hulu. Paramount won't renew deal with Jerry Bruckheimer exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Newly sworn in GOP NH House Speaker dies of COVID-19, autopsy shows. Idaho and Frank Memorial defaced with Nazi propaganda. Spain evicts Francisco Franco's heirs from late dictator's summer palace. Challenging the NCAA, HBCUs say no more discrimination in academic rules. Biden administration, here's who has been named so far. Morocco becomes latest Arab country to normalize ties with Israel. It is roiling him, reporter Maggie Haberman unpacks Trump's refusal to admit he lost. Video, when might you expect your first COVID-19 shot? Minneapolis shifts $8 million in police funding, but keeps force at current level. Biden picks Susan Rice for top domestic policy position. The following headlines are from The Week. Panel votes to recommend FDA-approved Pfizer vaccine for emergency use. 106 House Republicans support suit challenging blue states' election results, including 16 re-elected on the same ballots. The Daily Gossip. Taylor Swift puts Shakespeare to shame, no one disrespects Tiffany Haddish, and more. Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin fire back at seditious Texas lawsuit. CDC director allegedly ordered staff to delete email from Trump administration official trying to change COVID-19 report. The week's good news, December 10, 2020. Moderna doses first participants in study of COVID-19 vaccine in adolescents. Airbnb's co-founder learns live on air that his net worth just doubled. Ellen DeGeneres tests positive for COVID-19. Biden's latest cabinet pick slammed for lack of relevant experience. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Federal regulators have fast-tracked review of disinfectants that claim to kill COVID-19. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Black holes gain new powers when they spin fast enough. That's no asteroid, it's a rocket booster. Weekly Space Hangout, December 9, 2020, Casey Dreyer, are changes coming to NASA a space policy? SpaceX's SN8 Starship soars and belly flops, but fails to stick the landing. Oh well, bring on the SN9. Heard of mini-Neptunes and gas dwarfs? Here's a new one, subearths. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, December 11th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Watch, 25 years of the sun. Spectacular, Moon and Venus before sunrise. The next news is from Politico. Amazon sought to water down European privacy rules, document shows. The conservative idea that would let Biden seize control of Washington. Inhofe slams Trump administration on Western Sahara policy. FDA advisory panel recommends use of Pfizer vaccine. Trump issues sweeping new curbs on asylum eligibility. Seditious abuse of the judicial process, states reject Texas effort to overturn Biden's election. We cannot go home without it. Negotiators inch toward deal on $1.4 trillion spending measure. Austin's ties to steel company add to concerns over industry influence. Shut down a possibility as Rand hold up defense bill. Watchdog finds lapses in documentation for Susan Pompio's travel. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Internal error, website crashes as Victorian holidaymakers vie for travel vouchers. The latest illustrations from artist Kathy Wilcox. The latest illustrations from artist Simon Lech. Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine gets okay from FDA advisors in U.S. The latest illustrations from artist Matt Golding. The latest illustrations from artist Andrew Dyson. Best of Cartoons, December 11, 2020. It's so important to reach out, Zach Kirkup reveals depression diagnosis. Flight attendants should wear nappies to avoid COVID-19 risks in lavatories, China advises. Airbnb joins $100 billion club of shares, more than double on long-awaited Wall Street debut. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. LeBron James named 2020 Time Athlete of the Year. NIO joins Tesla and other rivals in rush to offer more shares in electric vehicle companies. Medical experts vote in favor of FDA authorization of BioNTech Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine candidate. Mark Hulbert, IPO expert, says Airbnb and DoorDash launch echoes internet bubble and predicts value stocks will outperform. The Tell, stock market sentiment hitting ludicrous territory, but when will bulls pay the piper? Disney Plus has nearly 87 million subscribers. Capital Report, here's what Biden's first 100 days could mean for healthcare, energy and more key sectors. Capital Report, Federal Reserve steps up climate change response and gets immediate backlash from some House Republicans. Newswatch, Big Tech has an antitrust target on its back, here's why that should concern investors. Blue Apron says holiday sales are going better than expected, stock jumps. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Acacia Research Corporation, ACTG, soars 2.37% on December 10th equities.com. Distinguished Alumnus Honoree, says UTA teaches importance of critical thinking, Eureka Alert. Medtronic joins racial equity group, Mass Device. Non-disclosure agreement controls ownership of patents arising from confidential information received thereunder, J.D. Supra. Patent Genius, Michigan Tech News. Clauber or recognized for academic innovation in cancer research, Eureka Alert. Albert Titus named to National Academy of Inventors, UB News Center. John L. Volokis and Neftali Risch elected to the rank of National Academy of Inventors Fellow, FIU News. Indonesia's omnibus law amends the patent law and the trademark law to support foreign investment, intellectual property, Indonesia, Mondak News alerts. Sandu named the Fellow of the National Academy of Inventors, UTSA today. The next headlines are from Quartz. Watch Quartz's workshop on effectively managing conflict. Companies with serious climate goals are beating the market. Why runoff vaccines won't change your genetic material. Americans are running out of high-end furniture to buy. How much do America's minimum wage workers actually earn? To overcome vaccine skepticism, follow the British Muslim medical professionals' approach. How Trump's FCC shaped the space business for years to come. Why shielding businesses from coronavirus liability is a bad idea. Who is using China's COVID-19 vaccines? The U.S. crackdown on a major Chinese cotton producer has the fashion industry scrambling. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. As a parting shot, Tulsi Gabbard teams up with Paul Guzar to introduce yet another unconstitutional attack on Section 230. AZ GOP goes full BS, claims it took down violence inciting tweet over copyright concerns. New report shows cell phone encryption isn't really stopping cops from searching phones. Daily Deal, the complete web developer coding bundle. Not this again, Senator Tillis tries to slide dangerous veil on e-streaming bill into must-pass government funding bill. Stupid cable TV veterans feuds and blackouts make their way to streaming TV. SAW oversight says agency suspicionless surveillance program is worthless and SA cannot prove it isn't. Nintendo plays Control Inception, canceling Splatoon broadcast after teens protest canceling Smash Bros. Tourney. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. FDA. Lotkeys. Zoe Dawes. Paul George. Ellen DeGeneres. Dianne Feinstein. Susan Rice. J.J. Brea. Game Awards 2020. Hanukkah 2020. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Social justice ice cream, Ben & Jerry seeks to dismantle systems of oppression with Colin Kaepernick-themed vegan dessert. Battle lines are being drawn as 44 U.S. states pick sides in Texas-led Supreme Court election showdown. Chinese aviation authority suggests flight attendants wear diapers to avoid virus-ridden airplane toilets. 106 Republican lawmakers support Texas SCOTUS lawsuit against unconstitutional election conduct. President first to be vaxxed, Argentina signs deal for 10 million doses of Russia's pioneering Sputnik V anti-COVID vaccine. MasterCard will cut ties with Pornhub over smut sites' abusive content. Strong possibility of no Brexit deal, UK's Johnson warns while accusing EU of making things more difficult. I share your weariness. French PM reveals curfew and continued closure of cultural venues as COVID rates still too high. World's richest banker Joseph Safra dies at 82 in Brazil. Journalists baffled as Twitter briefly restricts X-Intercept rider's age only after spat with 1619 project founder. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Free speech is being weaponized. Columbia Dean and New Yorker writer urges more censorship. America last. Melinda Gates incredibly disappointed after Trump gives Americans vaxxed first. The oil refinery crisis will worsen this winter. California versus Texas. Grassley blasts MSM over Hunter Biden hypocrisy. Shipping container shortages and China crimp exports to West. Biden is off to a bad start under progressive pressure. After Duke's 2-2 start, Coach Krzyzewski says it's time to end the season due to COVID. Tempering exuberance, market signals over market noise. Lessons learned, one man's personal story from the collapse of the Soviet Union. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Traveling far and wide, Airbnb's IPO smashes 2020 records. U.S. lawmakers denounce Saudi court sentencing of a Saudi doctor. Virgin Galactic poised for launch from Spaceport America. Italy moved to charge Egyptian agents over student killing. What we know about the Hunter Biden investigation. France says stance on radicalism distorted, not anti-Islam. Muslim men can sue FBI agents over no-fly list, U.S. High Court. Russian Navy to join first drill with NATO members in 10 years. Serious nuclear incident in Finland but no radiation leak. EU seals deal on massive long-term budget and virus recovery fund. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Report, Joe Biden's brother under federal investigation for role in bankrupt healthcare firm. Hotel's family to remove cross from lawn's Christmas display. Schweitzer calls for independent counsel to probe Hunter Biden. Nolte, fake media wait until states certify election to cover Biden family corruption. LeBron James named Time Athlete of the Year for work against voter suppression. California man charged with allegedly decapitating son, daughter. Trump, U.S. should recognize Moroccan claims over Western Sahara after Israel accord. Nolte, 14 media outlets that lied about Hunter Biden's laptop scandal being Russian disinformation. Alfredo Ortiz, small businesses need an infusion of cash, politicians must stop playing games. 50 pounds of meth seized in passenger vehicles at Texas border crossing. The next headlines are from UPI News. Search for lizard food leads to $200,000 lottery prize. Message in a bottle travels 2,000 miles from Canada to Scotland. Watch, portable toilets sing Christmas carols in festive display. Look, wandering macaw parrot captured in Arizona. China recommends flight attendants wear diapers. Watch, humpback whale makes surprise visit to New York City. Watch, man breaks Guinness record with 32.1-inch tower of tortillas. Watch, loose pig rescued while running loose in Philadelphia. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 10 best holiday light displays in the U.S. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Stanford designer is making fast-growing building bricks out of mushrooms that are stronger than concrete. The Northern Lights are predicted to be visible across the northern U.S. and U.K. tonight. She's our miracle. This Minnesota teacher donated a kidney to the school's custodian. Greece opens first underwater museum, a 2,400-year-old shipwreck in the middle of lively coral meadows. Secret Santa just paid off every layaway item for all the shoppers at Mississippi Walmart. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, December 11th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Chinese Iron Crotch Kung Fu masters fight to preserve a painful-looking tradition. Man filed phony liens against 32NJ officials as payback for traffic ticket, state says. Drugs recalled after erectile dysfunction medication mixed with antidepressant in packaging mix-up. Cyberpunk 2077 will let players customize breasts, buttocks and genitalia. 12-year-old boy, 7-year-old girl take parents' Range Rover on 100-mile, multi-state joyride. China flight attendants advised to wear diapers for COVID protection. 4-year-old NJ girl rescued after getting stuck in baby stroller. Rats besiege New York Chipotle, eating avocados and attacking staff. Human remains stolen from Mount Dore Cemetery likely used in ritual. Drugs recalled after mix-up packages depression medication and erectile dysfunction drug together. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. StripChat's AI-powered analytics helped it reach nearly 1 billion new users in 2020. Save the bees, save the world, how Apis Protect uses AI and diet to protect hives. CD Projekt down 20% since Cyberpunk reviews hit the internet. We're all bad listeners, here are my tricks to become a better one. Mysterious cosmic ray electrons have been spotted for the first time. Google is more than search. This masterclass takes you inside analytics, ads, even Gmail. Hyundai bought Boston Dynamics for nearly $1 billion, now build a walking car. No, replacing the AirPods Max battery in the UK won't cost $309. I used to code on a typewriter, here's how it helped me become C-suite. Adobe Flash is going away for real this month. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Making cheaper, biocompatible skin electrodes. Bacteria release climate-damaging carbon from thawing permafrost. Low oxygen levels in lakes and reservoirs may accelerate global change. New algorithm will prevent misidentification of cancer cells. Amino acid recycling in cells, autophagy helps cells adapt to changing conditions. Ferrets, cats and civets most susceptible to coronavirus infection after humans. Under wraps, X-rays reveal 1,900-year-old mummy's secrets. A look at the sun's dusty environment. 1-2 punch, sea urchins stuck belly up in low oxygen hot water. Human egg cells are imperfect surprisingly often. The next headlines are from Information Week. The year in security, adversarial AI and the rush to the cloud. Gartner on drivers and deterrence to cloud adoption. How to align DevOps with your pod strategy. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, December 11th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to provide Spanish language coverage, live stream of solar eclipse. NASA, U.S., European partner satellite returns first sea level measurements. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Jeanette Bott and Kenzie Ferguson, food insecurity is a hidden crisis in Utah. Andrew Kramer, recycling water a better alternative to Lake Powell pipeline. Violent crime and property crime surge in Salt Lake City, up more than 20% in 2020. Behind the headlines, recap the news of the week with the Tribune and KCPW. Attorney General Sean Reyes asks to join lawsuit challenging Trump's loss. Panel endorses widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Utah business leaders give advice on how to support employees during COVID-19 recession. University of Utah, other health systems struggle to provide the same coronavirus treatment Trump received. Trip Talk, why these Utah bar owners are furious at the governor's alcohol restriction. Bagley cartoon, MAGA makes their point. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Facebook hit with antitrust probe for tying Ocula's use to Facebook accounts. Brave browser maker launches privacy-friendly news reader. MasterCard, Visa to stop processing payments on Pornhub. Salesforce claims its AI can spot signs of breast cancer with 92% accuracy. Apple shifts leadership of self-driving car unit to AI chief. This is a bad time to build a high-end gaming PC. Microsoft exposes AdRosec, malware that hijacks Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. India cabinet approved setting up a massive network of public Wi-Fi hotspots. FCC orders equipment removed in step aimed at Huawei, ZTE. Original jailbreak App Store City sues Apple for its monopoly. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Missouri to vote on black bear hunting season after over 2,000 speak out against it. Man shot in head in North St. Louis. U.S. panel endorses widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Judge disqualifies circuit attorney from case involving St. Louis gun-waving couple. Royal advisory issued in O'Fallon following water main break. Convicted sex offender faces serious prison time on new child porn charges. One-day U.S. deaths top 3,000, more than D-Day or 9/11. Missouri COVID update, state death toll climbs by 67. Northern Lights forecast has gone bust, says U.S. space forecaster. Why Illinois health officials say you should wait to get the COVID vaccine if you recently contracted the virus. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. City upholds firing of lawmaker officer for excessive force and arrest of black man. Man pleads not guilty to murdering house guest in Rancho Peacewoodus. New San Diego City Council sworn in, promises action on COVID-19. Virus brings changes as Hanukkah begins at sundown Thursday. Non-FDA-approved COVID-19 tests from Mexico seized at San Diego Airport. California's virus tracking app launches Thursday. Here's how to sign up. Ellen DeGeneres tests positive for COVID-19, is feeling fine right now. Todd Gloria sworn in as history-making new mayor of San Diego. County outlines COVID-19 vaccine distribution plan. 4 graduates of San Diego universities to train for NASA moon landing program. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Microsoft HoloLens helping Russian engineers build Su-57 fighter jet. Boeing shares new details about recently performed B-1B external weapons carry demonstration. Boeing delivers 14 CH-47 Chinook built for Royal Netherlands Air Force. U.S. military receives first upgraded Boeing's compact lasers. U.S. Navy tanker drone takeoff for the first time with an aerial refueling pod. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. The fate of the two Canadian Michaels. China is changing course in Africa. 12 hours outside Haitian People's Court, China's landmark Metu-Case. 5 minutes to turn your spinach salad into a Chinese soup. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, December 11th, 2020. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. COVID-19 vaccine priority list, which group are you in? DMV service temporarily suspended. U.S. panel approves widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. COVID patient tells doctor all 22 people at Thanksgiving dinner have since tested positive. When, where, and why you may get a text emergency alert. COVID-19 vaccines, when will they be approved? Pelosi backs Swalwell amid suspected spy connection. Colin Kaepernick gets his own Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor. U.S. jobless claims jump the most in September. Ellen DeGeneres speaks out coronavirus diagnosis. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Steelers rookie Highsmith not focused on being Bud Light. Army hosts Navy for first time in 77 years due to COVID-19. Rodgers led Packers on brink of NFC North title, play Lions. Oklahoma State goes into Baylor makeup out of B12 contention. Buffalo Bills sign GM Bean to 4-year contract extension. House race results. Shake Shack in Vernon Hills is Jane's first with a drive-up window. Suspect in 1999 Des plane slaying captured in Mexico, extradited to U.S. Police, man, woman found shot in beach park garage were murdered. Six Flags Great America debuts drive-through dates for holiday in the park. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Free floating car share gig expands service to more Seattle neighborhoods. Sufficient for the time and place, the beginning of Seattle's first newspaper. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Moldova, Romania, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Canada, Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Australia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Israel, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 10 km, in Tonga October 12, 2020, 2048 UTC, few people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 97.79 km, in south of Kermadec Islands October 12, 2020, 2042 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, December 11th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Southwest Airlines to resume Bush Intercontinental Airport service in April. Construction equipment engulfed in flames after gas main line ruptures in Houston. Take the kitchen sink challenge of this 1950s Long Island ice cream parlor. Mayor Turner reinforces city COVID-19 protocols in place after Thanksgiving weekend. Take a drive through this winter wonderland. Advisory panel endorses widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine in U.S. Lamarck man was fatally shot in the back by officer, uncle says. Houston hospitals ready for thousands of vaccine doses for workers. Help wanted, this is who's hiring in Houston. SEC on ABC, ESPN to be exclusive TV home, starting 2024. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Jalen Hurts gets first start versus Saints, NFL's number 1 defense. Washington State seeks to avoid meltdown versus Cal. Focuses on QB choices Trubisky, Bears host Watson, Texans. Reunion time for Jamal Adams as Seahawks host winless Jets. Tim Weah scores first goal for Lille in Europa loss of Celtic. Alex Smith faces old 49ers team with no familiar faces. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra Extra, the most deranged holiday 2020 gift guide. New York City Housing Authority violated lead paint regulations for years, report finds. Find your NYC public schools COVID testing rate online. Division within Brooklyn Democratic Party apparent as former party boss says F-ing progressive should be overcome. Jersey City looks back on deadly kosher market shooting, 1 year ago today. This 1,873 map of Central Park details its earned plant life. As rapid antigen testing grows, New York State's virus positivity rate comes under scrutiny. De Blasio presents broad strokes of plan to address learning loss among NYC students. How NYC is preparing to roll out COVID-19 vaccines. Photos, the Diker Heights lights are on and ready to inject the holiday spirit straight into your eyeballs. The next headlines are from Observer.com. FDA authorizes Pfizer's COVID vaccine, next big question is how to get it. Banksy's sneezing woman is sure to become an Instagram destination. Soul pushes Pixar's artistry further than ever before. Do you have psychic abilities? The complete guide to finding out. Minari captures the messy truth about the American dream. Queen Elizabeth has big plans for the royal family next year. Sir William Arthur Lewis, trailblazing economist, honored with a Google Doodle. YCBG, a new and legal cannabis plant product, is surging. Rob Lowe paid $13 million for another Montecito mansion. AT&T offloads MMA streamer Crunchyroll to Sony in $1.175 billion deal. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag has occurred near Kashgar in China. Light earthquake, M4.3 quake has struck near Golpara in India. Minor earthquake, 3.2 mag has occurred near Squintma in Alaska. Light earthquake, 4.2 mag was detected near Kourou in Tajikistan. Minor earthquake, M3.6 quake has struck near Falls Pass in Alaska. Moderate earthquake, M5.9 quake has struck near Naofu in Tonga. Strong earthquake, 6 mag strikes near the Kermadec Islands. Light earthquake, M4.1 quake has struck near Sandpoint in Alaska. Minor earthquake, 3.4 mag strikes near Kaktovik in Alaska. Light earthquake 4.9 mag, 36 kilometers southeast of Yilin, Taiwan. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Celebrating Vanuatu's path to sustainable development. Solar power from Argentina's Puna Highlands reaches entire country. Can agricultural apps bring Indonesia's farmers back to the fields? If your civic space is closed, your human rights dissolve. Reduce military spending, a much-needed response to violence against women. Human rights must be at the heart of the COVID-19 recovery. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Snopes, FMR Pfizer VP did not say CV vaccine causes female sterilization, only that it's possible. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Was anonymous letter decrying harmful impact of Christmas lights sent to Minnesota resident? Did a TikTok reveal the secret to unlock any iPhone? Probe, CDC official says she was ordered to delete emails. Does teaser video show location for GTA 6? Does Texas HB 196 repeal the Castle Doctrine? Did 4 COVID-19 vaccine trial patients develop Bell's palsy? Precious painting lost at German airport found in dumpster. Gone olive, mystery 10-foot pillar in Germany destroyed. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. A guide to Pfizer BioNTech technicians' COVID-19 vaccine. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. What the hell was Biden thinking with his wildly out-of-touch choice for Veterans Affairs Secretary? Zuckerberg tells Facebook staff they won't need a vaccine to return to work. Rudy Giuliani's new theory on debunked Georgia video, they were handing out dope. Fox News anchor blows up when liberal pundit calls out lack of COVID death coverage. Michael Bay's pandemic thriller Songbird is one of the worst movies of the year. Avoid the mail, these are the best gifts that don't need to be shipped. Husband cleared of murdering wife because he was delirious with jealousy. Is this the real reason why Trump's freaking out about the defense bill? Iran cannot get its story straight on assassination of top nuclear scientist. Dem Super PAC hits Purdue, Loeffler on stock sales in new $6.50 an ad buy. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Jets fan Rich Eisen would love to woo Trevor Lawrence with wedding gift. Disney announces new Star Wars series Andor, Ahsoka, and Rangers of the New Republic. COVID-19 restrictions fueled New York City's nation-leading drop in car crashes. New content from Kardashian family set to premiere on Hulu next year. Knicks finally returning to action 9 months after NBA pause. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. It's time for the Geminids. Project Stargazer, a history and future of balloon-based astronomy. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. One of these astronauts could be the first woman to walk on the moon. Several U.S. states may be able to see northern lights this week. NASA announces Artemis team of astronauts for future moon missions. SpaceX launched Starship prototype on spectacular test flight. Jupiter and Saturn will form the first double planet in 800 years. SpaceX rocket test flight ends in fiery explosion. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Former Sanitation Commissioner Catherine Garcia promises to address NYCST show if elected mayor. Outgoing Congressman Max Rose sets his sights on NYC mayor's race. CIT, Bodicum video shows gunpoint raid on Florida COVID data scientist Rebecca Jones' home. NYC Council approves controversial development in Flushing, Queens. Teen caught COVID in South Korea restaurant within 5 minutes from person 20 feet away, study. Justices rule Muslim men can sue FBI agents over no-fly list. 5 bicyclists killed in Nevada highway truck crash. U.S. set to execute Brandon Bernard despite Kim Kardashian's last-minute plea to President Trump. Flight attendants told to wear diapers to guard against COVID. The following headlines are from military.com. Air Force takes next step in efforts to ready B-1 for future hypersonic missiles. Wilkie has lost trust and should resign, Veterans Affairs Committee chair says. U.S. warplanes hit Somali rebels days after U.S. troop withdrawal announced. Army recruiters aid woman injured in car crash outside their office. Army and he knows it, hit-making DJ had 2 basic training. Wilkie disparaged congressional aide who alleged sexual assault at VA facility, IG probe confirms. Hunter Biden tax probe examining Chinese business dealings. Defense bill sets up new maternity uniform loan program for pregnant troops. Biden taps former White House Chief of Staff Dennis McDonough for VA Secretary. US B-52H bombers fly to Middle East in mission to deter Iran. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Judge upholds firing of officer dismissed in the wake of Laquan McDonald case. Northern Lights show disappoints, space scientist says. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, U.S. panel endorses widespread use of Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, 11,101 new COVID-19 cases and 196 additional deaths reported. Illinois reports 11,101 daily COVID-19 cases, highest in more than a week, and 196 deaths, third most since pandemic began. 79-year-old Harold's Chicken Shack owner cooking alone at ghost kitchen, it's so bad I can barely pay rent. Prosecutors say Elgin pair carried out scheme to impersonate a police officer and steal victims' wallets. Man killed, Lake County officer wounded in shootout in Gary. Chicago police say new online tool measures trust, feeling of safety in city neighborhoods. Column, from the Great Fire to Modernist Houses to Jean Gang, a rich array of design books for the holidays. St. Charles pedestrian dies after being struck by car in Geneva. The following headlines are from phys.org. Scientists look to meteorites for inspiration to achieve critical element-free magnet. Restorative justice preferred among the Enga in Papua New Guinea. Which product categories and industries benefit most from social advertising? EPA move creates hurdles for future air, climate rules. Northern Lights a big miss, U.S. space forecaster says. Artificial Chemist 2.0, quantum.R&D in less than an hour. Roadmap offers solutions for future of food, global ag innovation. Nanocylinder vibrations help quantify polymer curing for 3D printing. Study shows supervisors who feel appreciated have better outlook at work. How commercial vessels could become tsunami early warning systems. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, December 11th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why do we dream? Science offers a few possibilities. What science says about blue light blocking glasses. A new drug for peanut allergies is offering hope for food allergy sufferers. How Elon Musk's historic launch changes the future of space exploration. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Week after kart accident, Kurt toughs it out at U.S. Open. Browns get second crack at Ravens with playoff hopes high. Preston scores 22 to carry Ohio past Purdue Northwest 92-72. Jones leads Western Illinois past Mount St. Joseph 80-55. Seattle may cover Durkin's legal expenses in rejected recall, ruling mirrors insought recall. Juhas scores 27, number 18 Ohio State women beat Miami, Ohio. GOP, where's the personal responsibility? As virus spreads, teacher shortage drives school closures. Watchdog raises possible Kushner link to $700 rescue loan. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. In first 2 months of budget year, U.S. deficit is up 25.1%. Milpitas Police Chief Armando Corpus to retire after 30 years. COVID, panel endorses use of Pfizer vaccine in U.S. San Jose State vs. Nevada, what to know before Friday's game in Las Vegas, SJSU's temporary home. Battleground states hit back at Texas election lawsuit. Campbell firm sets good example with holiday gift donation. Looks like Raiders will have Josh Jacobs, Trent Brown, Jonathan Abram for Colts. At home, finding your perfect kitchen knife. Map, the 36 California counties under stay-home order, and what the sheriffs say they'll do about it. Steve Kerr outlines Warriors' careful path forward with Draymond, Wiseman after COVID tests. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Maryland unveils more help for businesses during pandemic. U.S. panel endorses Pfizer COVID-19 shot in a major step toward an epic vaccination campaign against T. Egypt receives first shipment of Chinese vaccine tested in UAE. Veterinarian accused of cruelty after dog overheating death. 3 people dead in series of crashes in western Michigan. Kim Gardner, St. Louis prosecutor, dismissed from Mark and Patricia McCloskey case. No nods Arizona's U.S. Supreme Court election law appeal. Judge dismisses St. Louis prosecutor from McCloskey case. Georgia House Speaker moves against election official. Surgeon General commends Montana for reducing virus spread. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Lobbyists mobilize for priority access to coronavirus vaccine. Inside Biden's meeting with civil rights leaders. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, December 11th, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Study finds strong links between trust and social media use. Essential oral health care during the COVID-19 pandemic. Psychiatric disorders explain increased risk for self-harm in autism spectrum disorders. The role of platform protection insurance in the sharing economy. Predicting heart disease from the skin. Electronic Amoeba finds approximate solution to traveling salesman problem in linear time. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Northwestern has to deal with Illinois before heading to Big Ten championship game. National Guard to be sent to veterans' homes hit by coronavirus outbreaks. Bears injuries, Khalil Mack, Buster Screen, Darnell Mooney still out. Man fired 31 rounds in fatal April shooting on West Side, prosecutors. Texans star J.J. Watt eyes Bears, and sacks of hot dogs. Cubs lead virtual winter meetings with more work to do. Panel of FDA advisors back Pfizer coronavirus vaccine. COVID-19 has killed 196 more Illinoisans, the third most deaths ever reported in a single day. Live updates. Alex Olmedo, Wimbledon champ and Tennis Hall of Famer, dies at 84. Bears briefly shut down Hallis Hall after another positive coronavirus test. The following headlines are from Riverfront Times St. Louis. The Riverfront Times is seeking spring 2021 interns. John Danforth calls out Missouri AG Eric Schmidt's degree pokery. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Governor Whitmer says removing Rep. Johnson from committees too far. Michiganders miss dining out more than anyone else, according to Twitter data. 21 plus top Craigslist personals alternatives, what replaced Craigslist casual encounter section, sex classifieds. Pfizer plans to distribute 84K doses of COVID-19 vaccine in Michigan hours after FDA approval. Best female enhancement pills, top libido boosters for women. Taylor Swift gifts $13K to unemployed Michigan mother of 4 facing eviction. You can now play Record Packer, an old-school video game designed by Detroit techno DJ Omar S. Acid burn reviews, real fat-burning weight loss ingredients. Duggan seeks third term in 2021 with an endorsement from an unlikely place. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, December 11th, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Rating the QB situations of likely NFL teams looking for new coaches. Houston Symphony's Very Merry Pop Springs Holiday Cheer. 12 Days of Favorite Houston Food and Drink Experiences in 2020, Part 2, Treats and Trends. The Catholic Girls Pray for a Resurrection with New Anthology. 1984, the year George Orwell met Prince, Madonna, Michael, and Bruce. Best virtual bets, Jane Austen, Josephine Baker and Karen Carpenter. Upcoming Houston food events, give yourself the gift of great sandwiches. James Harden not the first rocket star to one out. The next headlines are about world records making news. Man to set record for push-ups, raising money for first responders, Fox 6 Milwaukee. Is Valencia the fastest city in the world, Canadian Running Magazine. Deepest underground marathon distance run, team, world record set by Army Cadets, UK, World Record Academy. Canadian inventor Hacksmith creates world's first retractable lightsaber, Guinness World Records. World records unlikely for Tokyo Games, says Michael Phelps, CBC Co. Samba Nova Systems ushers in new era of computing with availability of Samba Nova Data Scale, built for AI, authority. In a way, the horse bolted the stable many years ago, Sebco speaks to Let'sRun.com about shoes, world records, and 2021 Diamond League changes, Let'sRun.com. The world's most comfortable bike seat cushion hits Kickstarter, Taos Route, Gyro winner has London Cycleway named after him, Bora Hands Grow sign New Roglic, 47M bike breaks Guinness World Record, still pro aged 50 plus more on the Hive blog, Road CC. Watch, LZ Arba decided Caleb Dressel challenges 22nd barrier in 50 SCMFR, swim swam. Iran, world record hold in domestic violence, Iran focus. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Parler's downloads fell off a cliff. Google will let you limit the alcohol and gambling ads you see. Google is now calling on you to help develop its enigmatic Fuchsia OS. Make the t-shirt designs of your dreams with the Brother Scan and Cut DX. MasterCard dumps Pornhub. The 10 best deals of December 10, 2020. The best pop culture we caught up on in 2020. Tasmanian devils may overcome transmissible cancer that nearly wiped them out. We're finally starting to see some great MagSafe accessories, but they're not coming from Apple. Space station spiders found a hack to build webs without gravity. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mon in Botswana at 134.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 57 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ojibjakin in Russia at minus 67.18 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 55.1 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. FDA advisors give thumbs up to Pfizer vaccine, paving way for authorization. U.S. House passes bill to tear down judiciary's paywall. 4 major browsers are getting hit in widespread malware attacks. R.I.P. Henri, Lee Chat Noir, angst-ridden feline YouTube star for the ages. Ex-Apple employees say company ignored China labor law violations. AT&T sells Crunchyroll to Sony for $1.2 billion amid streamlining efforts. Google breaks SMS on many Android phones, is rolling back changes now. Orbex raises $24 million in new funding, can now scale up for orbital launch. PC version of Cyberpunk 2077 now features an epilepsy warning. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Texas politicians descend upon Georgia for Senate runoff elections. Despite historic diversity, Joe Biden faces pressure with cabinet picks. Texas AG hit by FBI subpoena as he tries to overturn the 2020 presidential election, report. Visa, MasterCard dumped Pornhub over abuse video claims. Swing states tear into Texas AG for seditious abuse of the courts in blistering legal filings. FDA clears COVID-19 vaccine from Pfizer. Republicans' election denialism will lead to violence, based on cult behavior, ex-FBI deputy. MSNBC's Chris Hayes fumes at Trump's depraved indifference. Strong possibility of no Brexit trade deal, UK's Johnson warns. With Senate, and nation's future, at stake, corporations pouring money into Georgia for GOP. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Lunchtime photo. Here's why the GOP doesn't care about pumping more relief money into the pandemic economy. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, December 9th update. Do we need to abolish child protective services? Georgia Republicans are using fake claims of fraud to make it harder to vote. Biden picks stale white bread to lead the USDA. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. An ice probe on Earth could help us find life in space, yes. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. DFG to fund 20 new collaborative research centers, Eureka alert. Warren Nidek on the emancipatory capacity of art, East Hampton Star. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. The strange health experiments of Silicon Valley's wealthy elite, The Times. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, December 11th, 2020 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Nick Pope revisited. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, December 11th, 2020. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.